Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another Optc video, and in today's video, doing a showcase on the new free-to-play Legend Ace, and checking out how powerful he is in some of the harder parts of the game. So starting off, we're going to use Double Ace in Heavenly Demon 2 Garbs Challenge 13-star event, and test out his captain ability and see how he goes with this whole 10% HP cut that he cops as a captain. Now, as a base captain, if you only get one copy of this unit, just so like a standalone one copy of the unit, he reduces the cooldowns of all characters by 1 turn at the start of the fight, boosts HP of shooter and strike characters by 1.5, attack by 4.5, 5.5 when you're below 30% HP, and at the start of the turn makes strength recovery 10 or more beneficial for shooter and strike characters, reducing current HP of 10% at the end of each turn. He also has a very, very unique ability for utility to remove chain coefficient reduction and minimum chain attack down by 5 turns. So if you get inflicted with anything that gives you a chain down or a attack down within a certain chain variance, Ace can actually remove this by 5 turns, which is a really, really strong ability because the minimum chain attack down is a very, very annoying debuff that no unit can actually bypass. You sort of have to bypass its parameters in terms of hitting between the chain of whatever it wants you to hit. Now, at level limit break 5, or I think it's level 3 for his captain, either way, it's a lot to get this guy's captain ability. I was using a friend captain for the showcase, but like Rainbow, but I just kept stuffing the run up, and this one's only level 2, I believe, just like mine. But he still gives the 1 turn of cooldown, he still gives the 1.5 times HP. He becomes approximately a 6 times captain when you're below 30% HP, 5.5 times otherwise, makes the strength recovery tandem have matching slot effects, and then still does the 10% HP cut and the decreased chain multiplier, as well as the attack down when below a certain chain multiplier effect. So as a captain, he's actually very, very good. His 6+ comes with a Super EX as well. Now, his Super EX works very, very well with his captain. He reduces damage received over 5,000 by 100% for 1 turn. So for that turn, you're only going to take 5,000 damage, and then he turns strength into super strength and shooters into super shooters. Now, I wish this was striker. If this was super striker, it would have been way better, but I understand Ace being a shooter. It made sense because Ace is always shooters, but this basically allows you to just tank a shot over 5,000 damage no matter what. This is really, really good. However, if you come up against 2 or 3 units, it's then 15k. Not too many situations that'll actually happen, but this Doflamingo stage is one of them, where if there's 2 enemies, you really have to tank 10k, not 5k. To get the super special, the Super EX, your Ace must be captain, and you need 3 of the following units on the crew: Whitebeard, Marco, Jozu, Thatch, Vista, Blamenko, Rakuyu, Namul, basically any of the Whitebeard Donnies, as well as Roger, Luffy, and Sabo. So you have a very interesting array of characters. The main ones that you guys will see is probably Roger, Whitebeard, maybe Izo, Luffy, and Sabo. They're pretty much the only 2 characters, the only characters you'll probably and Marco, and you'll probably Marco. There's not a lot of striker shooter Marcos, but look, anyway. They're probably the main characters that you're going to be hybriding him up with, or you're going to be using underneath him, so that way you can actually get this ability. Now, the ability's not too crazy, it's just a Super EX, right? It's just the ability to get extra stats is very, very nice. The ability to do more damage against Dex units is very, very nice. And sort of to do more damage against quick units is very, very nice. That's kind of the be-all or end-all. If you get him at Limit Break Expansion, he goes down to a 14-turn cooldown. If you don't Limit Break Expand him, he's on a 17-turn cooldown, just like my Donny ass. But I don't recommend anyone Limit Break expanding him because he takes so many goddamn materials to max out. So many materials. It's ridiculous. As a Sailor, though, he does boost strikers and shooters base attack by 70 and makes tandem bombs have matching slot effects, which is kind of nice. Kind of whatever, but still kind of nice. He's special. Now, he has about 45 different specials because he has 2 level limit break special abilities. So you can increase his special ability through level limit break twice. And this is why this character is just so friggin' annoying when it comes to maxing out, because he's going to be very, very difficult to get all of these copies to do so. But at base rate, if you keep him at level 1, which I believe at level 1 is, he gets his first buff of the special at level limit break 2, I believe. But if you just get 1 copy of the unit, he's going to reduce your own HP by 95% and deal 40 times the amount subtracted in type damage to all enemies. He then targets enemies against inflicted burn for 2 turns for 3 turns. So 2 times for 3 turns. Wow, words are hard. He then ignores burn debuff and inflicts all enemies with burn, dealing 100 times the character's attack in damage for 1 turn. After 1 turn, he ignores burn, debuff, protection, and inflicts all enemies with burn that will deal 100 times the character's attack and damage. So basically, he's just a guaranteed conditional booster for 2 turns because he carries it in utilizing the clock buff. So very, very nice ability there. It's going to work great for stuff like Treasure Map if you have like revives and all that sort of jargon. It's going to be an exceptionally powerful ability. The downside is like you have to sort of get to this low HP threshold, then you have to tank damage, and you can just die very, very easily. All in all, though, the HP cutting in his captain works very, very nicely. Then you can tank with his Super EX and do all that fun stuff. But as for his special, this is where he's really going to be desired as a very powerful unit. On top of that, he's also going to work exceptionally well alongside the new Super Sugo Yamato and the new Super Sugo Roger and Odin. They're the 2 areas and the 2 characters that really want this character on their team. So that way you can get access to both the Final Tap and the Rush ability. On top of that, the new Whitebeard, the PK Whitebeard, has a Rush ability, not Rush, a Super Tandem ability, where Ace would fall into that, as well as falling into the Rush of Roger and Odin. So then that way you can actually get access to your max amount of damage by utilizing those 2 free-to-play characters, alongside the new Super Sugo being Roger and Odin. Alright, let's put him alongside those 2 units now and see how he goes. We're going to run him as a hybrid captain, and this time we did get a maxed out Ace. So that way we're running the big times captain, and then we're also running the crazy special ability. But if you guys manage to pick up a bunch more copies from wherever you guys are picking him up, at level limit break 3, he's going to get the first buff to his special, and that's where he gets the captain ability buff. And then at level 4, he gets the next buff. Now, I wouldn't hate using 2 posters to get him to level 3, so that way you get access to this second part of his special. The first buff to his special reads that you still take the 95% HP cut, 40 times the attacking HP subtracted to typeless damage to all enemies, and if your captain is shooter or striker, allows 2 damage boosting buffs to stack for 1 turn. So just like Robin, just like Olin, this unit can double stack conditionals for shooters and strikers, and they're the 2 classes that didn't actually have it. Driven Powerhouse had it, Free Spirit and Cerebral have it, now strikers and shooter have it. Now all we need is slashers and Driven already have it. Slashers and let me know in the comment section who I'm forgetting, because I am just blanking and I can't think of the other classes. Oh, Fighter and Slasher. So Fighter and Slasher are the only 2 that actually don't have this ability yet. But it's not the be-all or end-all, because we are slowly getting them into the game. So it is nice to see that he's different to something like Robin. It's different to something like Olin. However, most of the time, you're just going to use Robin. You're just going to use Olin. Or you're just going to use teams that can use those 2 units. They're the characters that you're going to want to use on those particular teams, or to get your max damage. That's pretty much what you're going to be looking at when it comes to doing stuff like that. All in all, though, it's actually a very, very powerful ability, and we've seen this in Super Boss Kazuna, how much extra damage you can get by having 2 conditional boosts. It's actually disgustingly wild how powerful this actually is. On top of that, he still gives you the 2 times conditional boost for burn. He burns the enemy that ignores debuffs, and then after 1 turn, he also then applies the burn again. So you get that 3-turn conditional, plus then you can stack another one. For shooters and strikers, you don't really have that many other conditional boosters yet. But I'm sure, look, there's probably something that I'm glossing over, I'm just not thinking of right now. Plus, you can do some cheeky stuff with hybrid units and whatnot as well, and you can do some really, really cool stuff there. But if you do manage to get him to level 4 and you do max him out, he still does all of that stuff that we spoke about, but he also changes all orbs, including block, to tandem as well. So that's always a really, really fun time. And then if you get him to level limit break the 2, when you limit break expand him, on top of that, he's also going to turn the burn into 2 turns after that. So if you limit break expand, he gets an extra part to his special, which is really, really nice. But really, if you're just sort of buffing him up, he's really only gaining the ability to rotate the orbs into tandem and give you the conditional boost stacking for 3 turns, as well as giving you the burn for an extra 2. So the big draw, as I've been rambling on for this unit, is the fact that you can stack 2 conditionals, and that ability is going to carry him in high damage teams. It's going to carry him in an array of different variety when it comes to team building. So that way you can just get more damage output. And like I said, alongside this Whitebeard and this Roger and Odin that you guys see here, I feel like this is where he's going to shine the most, because he does satisfy the rush, and he'll satisfy the super tandem for these particular characters. A Striker Ace is also a very strange rendition, as we don't normally see too many striker aces. Shooters is usually always the go. Free Spirit's usually always the go. But now we have a strike unit that works exceptionally well with obviously Roger Odin and the new free-to-play Whitebeard. He does seem very, very interesting in Rumble as well. I do want to do a showcase on him on Rumble. I believe he gets all of his Rumble stuff at level 2, which mine actually is. So make sure to stick around the channel so you guys can check out that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully we can do some really, really cool stuff with the strength team. Because the strength team's absolutely bonkers, and then adding this particular guy on the team could do a lot of fun stuff. But all in all, let me know what you guys think of the new free-to-play Legend Ace. I think this is a fantastic concept. I'm really excited with these free-to-play Legends. However, I just think the execution of how to get the character, the amount of resources you need to max out the character, all of that kind of stuff is just way too high for what this particular character is doing. But it's been a lot of fun using him. I'm sure he's going to be very, very, very good in boosted content in the next couple of months. So make sure to pick up one copy from whichever shop you guys can get your hands on and try and get him to like level 99 and limit break him if you can. So that way you can just have him ready to go so you can use him in areas like Treasure Map, Kazuna, PKA, all those types of areas that are involved in extra drop characters. But like I said, let me know down below what you guys think of the new free-to-play Legend Ace, and what do you guys think of the concept, because overall, I think the concept is pretty cool. But while you're down there, don't forget to belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one.